What's up, guys? Ronnie on Saturn here. We'd like to take you guys through a journey of how our 2023 went. So, number 10, we're going to start off with our first ever show, which was at the church in Lebanon.
Fucking insane.
That was wild. So, the same day we did that show was actually the same day our first song, Breathing This Love, came out. That was pretty wild to have well over 100 people there for our first ever show when the only thing they heard from us was the day of Breathing This Love. Like, that was the only thing they got to hear from us.
Yeah, that shit was absolutely insane. One of the best shows we've played. We haven't played a whole lot, but it's definitely up there with one of the best. So.
Oh yeah. That place was like all fogged out.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I think a lot of people, like, it was cool to see that they had been jamming the song all day, because when they showed up, they were singing along when we played it, so that was like a really cool feeling. First time playing a show and everyone's singing your fucking song already.
Yeah, it was very much like a house party type of vibe.
Oh yeah, and we want to do more of that too. Like, I know we did, we'll probably get into it later. We've done some shows at, like, you know, bigger venues and stuff, but I think it'd be cool to do something else this year that's like very house party centered. I think that'd be cool. Maybe have a couple other people play as well. Yeah,
definitely. That is always a much more intimate vibe, but a lot of times that's a lot more fun. Being able to see everybody up close, personal, and just being able to walk around with everybody afterwards and before. That was a great time.
Hell yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So number 9 we have down as Sweet Dreams. Being able to write that song, we did that rather quickly, and that's why I put that on the list, because
I would say accidentally. I mean, quickly, but accidentally.
Yeah, it was wild how that came about, because we were recording other songs that day, and I think we only had like 20 minutes left in the day to be able to do anything, and you just
pulled up the beat and was like, I mean, I wasn't even trying to make Sweet Dreams. I was just fucking making a beat, and it didn't really sound anything like Sweet Dreams. And then one of us had said, well, maybe we should add some guitar to that. So I started like playing along acoustic guitar, and next thing you know, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, this is like the riff to Sweet Dreams, basically. And then, so we tested it out as far as like if the vocals would work on it. And then Ronnie was like, let's record it. And I was like, all right. So we tracked it real quick that day in like, I think 15 minutes, because we were kind of on a time crunch.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the song really came about quick. I mean, obviously there was some production time that went into it, but as far as like writing the song, it was accidental and fast. So
yeah, and we've had a lot of ideas for covers, you know, throughout this past year, and for that song kind of to come along and just how quickly and accidentally it did, you know, come to fruition, that was really cool. I'm a big fan of that song, Sweet Dreams by the Eurythmics, but doing that cover and just how well it turned out from an accidental just situation, it's wild. But that goes to show, like, if you just keep doing things, magical things happen.
Yeah, if you just do stuff and it's stuff you care about and you like what you're doing and you're having fun doing it, I mean, you're going to make cool stuff, and you can't be afraid to share that with people.
Number 8, we have crowd chanting. Now, originally when we had this on the list, my first thought was our first ever Phantom Power show over the summer. That was wild. We have a clip here we'll show you. That was the first one that came to mind. However, thinking back on it, every single big show we've done so far, we've had pretty ridiculous chanting going on before we started. A lot of cool clips of that.
Oh yeah, it's been pretty exciting to hear, I guess, and see.
All right, so number 7, we have all of our interviews we've done this past year. There's been quite a few. We were on the story.
Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Joe Rogan, Seth Rogan. I don't know if he has a podcast, but he does now. He might have one now. But yeah, we were on a lot of cool podcasts this year. So Logan Paul. Shout out to Logan.
Yeah, we got some free prime from that one.
Yeah. So
a lot of local podcasts that are really taking off. They were really fun to be a part of. The Story, with Corey Rosen, DJ Amos, his podcast that has just recently started up. We've been on there now. I was on once. You and I were on another time. I popped in another time while Corey Rosen was on one. So we had those. Also, our radio interviews with WERP, which is Music to Dance to Radio. You can find them on iHeartRadio. Scott Shields and his team over there do a great job. That was actually the first time when I did the first interview with them. They debuted, I believe that was Fantasy at the time. That was their second song came out. And I did a radio interview with them and got to hear our song on the radio for the first time. Okay, number 6. Probably our longest and biggest production that we did all year. That was the Bloodsucker music video. That's definitely number 6. That was a lot of fun. That was very, very chaotic. We wrote the song, and then within, I think, about 2.5 months, had to have the music video done in time for the Halloween on Saturn show that we did at Phantom Power in October. But that was a great time. We got to go up to Reaper's Revenge and film, Boobs Brewery. We got to film there as well in the catacombs and in one of the hotels next door that I guess they own. But that was a lot of fun. Yeah, that was that whole, it was a crazy couple months, but it all worked out. We have a lot of behind-the-scenes footage, too, that we're going to be sharing with you guys in the future. We'll throw some clips into this so you guys can see that. But there is nothing, I think, that was more, in terms of chaotic but still fun, than that music video all year. Like, it was wild, but such a good time. Everybody who worked on it, all the actors, all the crew that we had, everybody, at Boobs and Reapers, they were great in helping us get that thing done. But we did all the filming in one weekend and then had about a week and a half to edit it. But it came about. People like it, so. Yeah, it came about and it is out. So if you guys haven't seen Bloodsucker, we'll put a link in the description. And thank you to J-Ball Productions for helping us with the music video. It took a lot of time, took a lot of work. Josh and Evie did an amazing job. So please go check out their other work at J-Ball Productions. All right, so before we get into our top 5, first thing I want to do is just say, please subscribe to the Ronnie on Saturn channel. And hit the bell. Hit the bell. So you're notified when we post new and exciting content. Okay. Number 5, we have a collab video that we did with Tanner Herrera, who also happens to be Sensei. Ron Acula. If you guys have not seen this video, we're going to put it in right here.
This is nuts. Oh, Ronnie. Hey, what's up, man?
This is not Ronnie. This is Ronacula.
Oh, well, that's kind of weird. What's up, man?
Nothing much. I am only here to invite you to the Halloween on Saturn event I need you to perform.
Halloween on Saturn? What is that?
Yes, Halloween on Saturn is going to be the biggest.
The biggest?
The scariest.
The scariest?
The most fun Halloween party in central Pennsylvania.
Oh my goodness. Well, where's this going to be at?
At the legendary Phantom Power in Millersville, Pennsylvania.
Oh, and when is this?
October 20th.
All right. Count me in.
So be there or be Circle.
Well, I don't want to be Circle, so I'll be there.
Well, then I will see you October 20th. Guess what? We are going to have dancing tits, drinks, tricks, a lot of fun in a costume contest.
Costume contest?
We want everything there to you, so be there or be certain.
That video was absolutely hysterical. How, 1, it came about, and 2, it was filmed. I ended up going over to Tanner's. I don't even know if we planned the whole vampire makeup or teeth and all that kind of stuff. Like, I think I brought that stuff over and ended up putting the teeth in. We wanted to shoot a promo video for our Halloween on Saturn show at Phantom Power. So, yeah, I went over there, got all the Halloween-y, vampire stuff on there. And, yeah, it was pretty crazy. We just kind of winged the whole video, and how it turned out was pretty hysterical. It turned out to be one of my most viewed reels of the entire year, which was really cool. All right, so number 4, we have building the casket for our Halloween on Saturn show. So one big thing that we're trying to do with our shows, as people who have come to them know, make them very theatrical, a lot of props, a lot of theatrics, stuff like that. And one of the ideas was to make a casket that kind of has like a magic trick built in with it. Well, I kind of designed the whole thing and then needed help building it. It was a lot of wood that had to go into it, but thankfully
That's what she said.
That's what
Sorry,
she said.
I had to.
Yeah, so my dad, I ended up calling him, asking him if he had any tips or if he would help, and he said he would help me build it. So we have some clips and pictures here of the casket before it was all finished, and then we'll throw one in of when it was done. But that whole process was really cool. That was the first time me and my dad actually really worked on anything that involved the Ronnie on Saturn project together, and for him to kind of be able to help me build that, and that to be a big focal point of the Halloween show, that was really cool how that all came about.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet to see that on stage. We had a very fun time getting it into the venue and setting it up.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, tearing it down after the show.
Yes.
But yeah, it's definitely worth it seeing it on the stage.
I've always found if an idea pops into your mind, no matter how big it is, it's odds are that's in your head for a reason. So you just kind of like dive at it, tackle it, and say, I'm going to figure out a way to make this thing fucking work. And with that casket, that was kind of one of those situations. It was, this thing's going to be massive. It's going to be heavy. I don't know where I'm putting it before or after the show. I don't know where I'm getting the supplies for it, all that kind of stuff. But it was just like, Pat, you can attest to this. I'm one of them people where if I want something to happen, it's like I can't sleep on it,
Yeah,
like,
We'll worry about the rest later. Just get it in there, get it set up for the show, and that's really what matters. You can figure everything else out later.
Yeah. But that was a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of people liked it at the show. So come out to a show, you'll be able to see the casket in person. Maybe get a photo op in front of it. Number 3, we have one of my favorite moments on stage, the confetti cannons at the Halloween on Saturn show. That was really cool. So we had all the openers come up to the stage, and we had a box of confetti cannons on the stage for a song that we do called The Movement. And it was pretty wild. It got to the point where we were, the confetti cannons were supposed to go off, and I shot my arm forward. Next thing you know, I hear pop, 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 which was cool. All the confetti into the crowd. Everybody loved it. I love them to death. They were just all out there, just kept pulling confetti cannons and just setting them off. I feel so bad for Phantom Power. At the end of the night, they had to clean up all of that confetti, but we apologized, but they said, don't worry about it. It's one of those things that comes with it,
Exactly.
But
yeah.
It was
a
cool.
lot. It was a lot.
It was a lot. I think there was like 12 of them that went off, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. But that was really cool to have all the openers up there. Exposed Toxic, Leo. We had Antoine up there, obviously rapping. We had DJ Amos. He was up there. Tanner Herrera, Sensei. But yeah, having them all up on stage doing that was a special moment to bring all the local artists together to kind of be on stage at the same time for one song and do something special for the crowd. So that was a lot of fun.
Hell yeah.
All right, so number 2, we're getting close to finishing this thing up, but we cannot go through this video without mentioning the fans and what they provide to us as well as the show. And I think that one thing that stands out is the costumes. I don't exactly know how this started. I think it was at our first show. We said, hey, like, feel free if you want to, you know, wear a costume.
Well, for the Phantom Power, the last show we did where we did Bloodsucker, we were marketing that show as
a Halloween show.
Costume, but yeah.
Every single one of our shows, though, it's been one of those things where
we've had some festival vibes for sure.
I think that's one thing, you know, that our show is kind of linked with in a sense. It's almost like a mini festival with how the events are thrown, which is really cool and unique. But seeing everybody out there in costumes, especially at the Halloween on Saturn, when we had so many people out there in costumes at a costume contest, all that kind of stuff. That's always cool to see people bring their own, you know, creative spin on it and just come out and just have a good time and dress up. That was really cool.
Yeah, it's definitely fun. Anything, you know, we can do to make these events more fun for people, that's what we're going to do.
All right, number 1, we made it to the top of the list. This is one of the coolest things and I think most special things about doing music. I know for me personally and what we are as a brand, it's all about other people, all about helping people make an impact, not just entertaining people, but really providing good out there into the world and inspiring people to be better people. That was a lot of people.
A lot of people.
But anyway, number 1 has to be, from our first show, the Make-A-Wish donation. That was one of the coolest things to be able to do, was to have our first show be as big as it was, and you know, us to have success doing that and still be able to give back. That was really, really nice, and I think a lot of people appreciated the fact that we were able to do that. That's something we want to do going forward.
Yeah,
and
hopefully we can do that more for sure.
Yeah, we always want to be a part of, you know, helping the world in any way we can and inspiring other people to be the best that they can. So Make-A-Wish, I think it was Make-A-Wish Lancaster, I believe, or York, one of them. But yeah, we ended up donating money to them, and to be able to go out there, have a kick-ass show, and be able to give back, that's truly a special feeling and something that we're going to continue to do. If you guys have any charities also that you would like us to, you know, work with, you know, be a part of, maybe donate to and stuff like that in future shows, feel free to drop those down below as well. It's all about making the world a better place. So we wanted to throw in one more, an honorable mention. I had to throw this in, bro. I had to. So one thing I always said at every show that I possibly could do this at, I was going to do it, and that's crowd surfing. So out of our first show at the church, our second show at Phantom Power, and then the third show also being at Phantom Power, every single one of them, I'm 3 for 3.
He's on it.
I'm 3 for 3. And that shit is so much fun. I know there's going to come a point at some shows where they're going to tell me I can't do it. Might still do it. Or I just physically won't be able to. But to be 3 for 3 so far in the first year, it's been kind of cool.
Yeah, it's really not bad. So he's on a roll. So we'll see if he can make it 10 for 10.
Yeah.
That'll be the real one. If you can go 10 in a row. 10 in a row.
Man, that'd be wild. You know, I think I'll probably stop doing that when I get dropped on my head, which so far hasn't happened. Luckily.
Not yet. But then if you're wearing your astronaut helmet, it would be okay.
Yeah. I'll just have to make sure. Maybe that'll be the next one. For the fourth one,
don't drop him on his head.
If you see me with my astronaut helmet on crowd surfing, that does not mean drop me on my head.
Or does it? But just don't do it.
Or does it?
Don't do it.
Yeah. You might go viral. Yeah, don't do that. I shouldn't say that. Yeah, no. No, but that'll be the next thing. Next show, that's what I'm doing. So
crowd surfing.
Yeah, with the helmet on.
Not getting dropped on his head.
And not getting dropped on my head. All right, so that was our top 10 list for 2023.
The Freaky 10.
Yeah, thank you guys for making it to the end of the video. We just want to thank everybody, all of our supporters, our team, all the photographers, videographers who have helped us out throughout the entire year. It's been truly special, a lot of fun. we have big things planned for 2024. So whatever you guys want to see in 2024, drop that in the comments. Let us know. We have some big things planned for you guys, so it's going to be an exciting year.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Get ready to blast off.